up with a crime, sir.
It is. That is why we have imposed the penalty.
Sibal sir,
I think ministers replied to your question.
Sibal sir, आपने प्रशांत भूषण का नाम लिया, आपकी इमेज को खराब करने की कोशिश की जा रही है, क्यों करेंगे प्रशांत भूषण ऐसा? आपको क्या लगता है, क्या उनकी पर्पस है ऐसा? आप क्यों आपके पीछे पड़े?
नहीं नहीं नहीं, इसके बारे में मैं कुछ नहीं कहूंगा.
Yes.
Sir, I have only two small issues. One is that why at the first place USO applied 50 crore penalty? But don't, as you said that there is a particular calculation for 7 days, it has to be done in this, up to 25 days.
Actually, that
penalty... So just one second. This is first part. Second part, do you see there is a corporate rivalry in it?
No, I don't see. We don't see any skeletons in all these things. But let me answer the first question. The 50 crore penalty is attributed, it can be attributed, the power to levy the 50 crore penalty comes from the license agreement between DOT and Reliance. That's license agreement. By that time, when the show cause notice was issued, the service had not been restored, so USO fund thought it could take recourse to the provisions under the license agreement because the service had not been restored to impose a penalty of 50 crore. Whether right or wrong, you see, there are lots of officials who take various points of view. See, not every decision-making process is right or is wrong. There is a process of decision-making. Ultimately, a government takes a decision. That also may be right, may be wrong. The only question is that the decision must be bona fide, with good intentions, right? That's all that that is required.
This is a question to Mr. Chandrasekhar.
Just one moment at the back, please. Yes.
Yep, this is a question to Mr. Chandrasekhar. 13 circles from Tamil Nadu to West Bengal. The minister said that the fine was 50 crore. That's what was written in the file as well. But would you please explain where the figure of 650 crore, because was it in one circle the fine of 50 crore, or was it a total fine of 50 crore that was imposed on RCOM?
I can't answer the question of where the figure of 650 crores came from because there was no such figure.
Whether it was in one circle, would you please clarify, or it was a full fine of 50 crore for all the 13 circles?
As has already been mentioned, what was proposed was from the USO fund, and what came up was for a penalty of 50 crores for the action taken by the company.
That's what I'm asking. Was that 50 crores for the whole, all the 13 circles, or for one circle?
It was not for one circle.
It was for 13 circles.
You can presume that. The point is very simple. The proposal was for imposition of a penalty of 50 crores because the service had not been restored for till the time when the proposal was made.
Let me answer. The file that came up to me proposed a lump sum amount of 50 crores. Okay, let's be clear on that. That's the file that came up to me. When I looked at the file, the 50 crore figure was before me. The 1,650 crore figure is not before me, right? When I looked at the file, you had the USOF fund and the and Reliance, because that happened on 18th February. I started looking for that provision of the contract which imposes 50 crores. And I realized there was no such provision in the contract, in the USO fund contract. That's all I was looking at. So I, in fact, asked, where is this 50 crore figure from? And they said, well, so it's not in the USO fund contract. So I said, then why don't you apply the USO fund penal provision? That's how I took my decision. That's the simple point. So there's no question of 13 circles, 12 circles, 11 circles. That issue doesn't arise. What was before me was a total penalty of 50 crores, period.
Yes, please.
That's right. That's the question I asked. On what basis have you imposed the question of 50 crores? Because now that the service has been restored, No, there's no explanation. Where is the explanation? You know very well.
Just 1 minute, one minute. Please allow the minister to answer.
Administrator is very much here. Can he explain to us that on what basis?
Please.
As I said to you, by the time the 50 crore figure show cause notice was there was no restoration of service. Please understand that. So they were trying to pressurize Reliance to restore service and say, we'll impose 50 crores on you, because at that time there was no restoration of service. That's the point.
Sibal sir, you have used the word, say, somebody is trying to settle personal score. Can you explain that?
No, you all know all this. I don't have to say anything.
Just 1 minute, I'll come there.
What was the reason for Reliance to have disconnected the service and then restored it?
Oh, that's a matter of merits. We don't do. This is not an issue. We are on the issue of penalty at the moment.
But no reasons were given?
No, they must have given their reasons. We didn't agree with them.
Yes,
No.
Please wait to be called. There are other people waiting. You've had your turn. Yes.
Sir, there is still not clarity on the question which was asked to Mr. Chandrasekhar. The issue that some of the journalists are trying to raise, and which is in our minds, is that what the story is in this litigation is saying that 50 crore penalty was for one circle.
No, it is not.
Yeah, so just please let me complete, sir. So if 13 circles, and that's how the 650 crores is. So when he says something like you can assume it was 13, so what we really want to understand is a clear thing. And this is one part of the question. So the 50 crores was on what basis, and how was it extrapolated into 650?
I'll answer.
And the other thing is, are those services, the Reliance service, does it stand restored as of now?
No, it's restored as of 16th February.
As of 16th February.
Yeah,
so that chapter is over.
That chapter is over.
Okay.
Now let me answer.
Thank you.
Under the license agreement between Reliance and the licensor, that is Department of Telecommunications, there is a provision that if there is a violation of the license condition, not the USO fund condition, of the license condition, you can impose a penalty of up to 50 crores. Not that you have to impose 50 crores. You can impose a penalty of up to 50 crores. That penalty can be circle-wise, it can be lump sum, because that's entirely the discretion of the Department of Telecommunications. Okay? So, USO fund, because the service had not been restored, was seeking to apply the provision of the parent contract, namely the contract between DOT and Reliance, and saying, why should 50 crores not be imposed? Okay? That was the source of it. Okay? When the matter came to me, by that time the service had been restored.
So the confusion arises out of the fact that was the penalty maximum 50 crore per circle?
No, it wasn't.
Or
No.
in total?
As I said, in total. No? You can, through the RTI, you can seek the document, and you will see the document. That's why I called the secretary here. So there was no question of per circle. That question, the issue didn't arise. And the notice was issued by the USO fund, not by DOT. Right? If you want to impose a penalty of 50 crores, the DOT could well have issued a notice as a licensor. You get the point? They did not do it. It was the USO fund that issued the notice, trying to take advantage and pressurizing Reliance that, look, if you do not restore the service, we'll impose a 50 crore penalty on you. So they obviously they must have got worried on that count, restored the service, and when the file came to me, the service had been restored. So I asked the question, under what provision now, because there is interruption of service, should we impose the penalty? When I looked at the contract, there was this specific provision, so I said, apply this provision. Whatever the amount is, it'll be that. I hope I have explained it fully now.
Mr. Sibal, a question here, sir. Now that, you are also understand the things legally, now that this issue has gone beyond proportions, which was earlier perceived to be, can DOT as the licensor, as you were saying, now reimpose a penalty up to 50 crores? Are you going to rethink the entire matter?
Ground?
Or do you think that the penalty,
on what ground?
by how much it was reduced?
On what ground? I mean, they can do what they want. When that file comes to me, I'll deal with it. But on, I don't know.
Yes,
Sure. 50 crores as a licensor, the DOT has,
Up to 50 crores.
50 crores they can impose a fine. Do you talk about one circle or do you...
No, total. You can impose either for one circle or for all. This is for you.
Because I'm trying to understand that because the operation was disrupted in all the 13 circles.
That's right. That's why they imposed 50 crores. That's why the proposition was 50 crores.
Yes, Shweta, please.
Though the disruption was in all circles. The proposition was to impose a penalty of 50 crores.
So just to get
Otherwise,
this,
they would have said we impose a penalty of 50 into 13, 650 crores.
so just to get this right, are you saying that it was simply a pressure tactic, or was it incorrect on part of the DOT to impose
No,
the 50
I'm not saying
crore?
incorrect or not correct, but that story is over. I mean, nobody is going to adjudicate on these issues.
No,
I'm
but
only
we're
concerned...
still trying to arrive at the basis of the 50 crore figure, sir.
Sorry?
The basis of the 50
If you
crore
haven't
figure.
understood it so far,
So
I'll
we've-
try and explain to you again.
So
May
we've
I explain,
understood,
madam?
so we've understood it, but we're saying that you're saying it was just a pressure tactic on part of the department? Are you saying it was just a pressure
I
tactic?
said the USO fund, instead of applying the provision of the contract between it and Reliance, sought to take strength from the parent contract, which provides for a 50 crore provision of penalty by the licensor, and issued a show cause notice. That's all. When the matter came to me, that issue was over. Why? Because the service had been restored. Okay? I hope that is clear.
Right.
So I'm not
Please,
saying,
please,
whether,
please.
see, the issue is not the adjudication whether USO funds notice was right or wrong. That issue doesn't arise today because by the time the file comes to me, the service is restored. So the question is...
Siddharth, please. No, please, one moment. Other people have been waiting.
The allegations are false, the allegations are malicious. This is the point here.
So when the file came to you on 18th of February, was there a reply by Reliance company to the
Yes.
show cause issued to it?
Yes, Reliance was there. Yes. They had restored the service.
No, sir, that is not the point, sir. The show cause is issued way back in November.
As to why you should not restore. Show cause was what? We'll impose a 50 crore if you don't restore. They restored it on 16th February, so there was nothing left.
Look, Siddharth, please.
60-day notice period, sir. That's the point, sir. Pardon me for saying this. USO fund uses one part of license condition, 60 days notice. Uses another figure of 50 crore.
No, we are not said 60 days here either. We have only said that we give you reasonable time, reasonable time.
Why did they wait, sir?
But normal
Sir,
reasonable
for
time.
disruption of service, you do not give time, sir. If somebody is needing
Yes,
service,
that is why the show cause notice, you have to give some time to them. You can't just, I mean...
Just one moment, please. The other people. Yes, Shishir, please.
ने कहा कि इमेज बनाने में सालों लग जाते हैं और बिल्कुल एक झटके में खत्म हो जाता है। आपने ये भी कहा कि डिफेमेशन हुआ है। आपकी कार्रवाई क्या डिफेमेशन सूट फाइल करने की?
वो देखेंगे। अभी आगे बढ़ने दो। अभी तो मैं आपके पास केवल इतना ही कहने आया हूं कि ये जो सिलसिला जिस तरह से चल रहा है पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट लिटिगेशन का और जिस तरह से ये मैटर्स फाइल हो रहे हैं कोर्ट में और एफिडेविट फाइल हो रहे हैं, वो ना तो शासन के लिए ठीक है, ना संविधान के लिए ठीक है।
Just 1 minute, please.
Sir, there are two contracts. One is USO fund contract and other one is USL contract. When you decided to overrule the opinions expressed by your bureaucrats, at that time did you seek legal opinion from the law ministry?
No.
Let me complete my question. Which one of them has overriding power over others? Since you have said this thing that USO fund invoked the conditions mentioned in the USL contract, so you should have sought legal opinion from the legal ministry if there are two contracts.
I as a minister entitled to use my judgment to take a decision one way or the other. That is unfortunately my prerogative as a minister.
Given the scam tainted past of your ministry, Telecom Ministry,
One second.
it is difficult
One
to
second.
take legal
But
opinion
please
from
do
the
not-
law
Legal
ministry.
opinion he would go for if he doesn't understand that matter himself.
Yes, please.
Only then you have to refer the matter.
I'd like to ask a question which is not related to telecom law.
Yeah.
This is a brief
Is that all the telecom questions over?
Just 1 minute. Look, I'd like to give everybody an opportunity. I'll come back if this, yeah, yes, please.
Must have. Yes, it has. I don't know, whatever they calculated. I mean, I did. Must be 5 crore. How much is it? 5.5 crore. Shade over 5.5 crore.
You have been Telecom Minister for 8 months. And, sir, you have been Telecom Minister for 8 months. The people of this country want to know, in 2007, CBI said Dayanidhi Maran installed a telephone exchange of 323 lines, and your BSNL says only one telephone. Have you talked to your BSNL chairman? What is such?
The CBI is obviously looking into the matter, as you know, and the CBI will investigate this matter. If it chooses to do,